another match point.
Incredible third set here.
They changed their strategy a little bit and they fought their way back in.
There it is, game, set, and match.
Hello and welcome to the 2024-25 APTA Tour. We're live from the Weston Golf Club in Weston, Massachusetts, bringing you the 2025 Boston Open, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsors Volley and Corient. Tournament support has been provided by the following local sponsors. Platinum sponsors, Pure Hockey, Weston Golf Club. Gold sponsors, Bully Boy Distillers, Worcester Air Conditioning, Labor. Silver sponsors, Aureus Asset Management, Xenon Paddle, Narragansett Beer. And special thanks to Rob Coster from Court Pro, who's helped the APTA for years by graciously moving umpire chairs around the East Coast for tour events. I'm Laura Mandel, along with Brad Easterbrook, bringing you this women's quarterfinal match between the top seeds Lynn Burus and Macy Elliott, and Roxy, Enica, and Gabby Niculescu. Hi, Brad.
Hey, Lauren, this is a great matchup we have here. We'll take a quick look at the players on the court. And on the top left of your screen there, we got Macy Elliott. A lot of people wearing dark colors out there. She's in all black and kind of a white cap. And her partner, Lynn Burus, on the top right of your screen. And then going down around the clock here, we have Gabby Niculescu with the blue paddle and the white and black cap, and her partner, Roxy Enica. And you called this match in Fairfield just a couple of weeks ago, right, Lauren?
Yeah, and it was super interesting because, although they are very accomplished players, Roxy Enica and Gabby Niculescu, with a bunch of national titles and finals between them, they hadn't played all season, and they hadn't played together in a while. So it was interesting to see what was going to happen, and they came out like gangbusters and took the first set against Burus and Elliott. But Burus and Elliott, who have had another tremendous season, have won now 4 tournaments. They really tightened things up and won the next 2 sets easily. And all the shots that Enica and Niculescu were making in the first set, they started to miss some, and the wheels came off a little bit. So I'm sure that they learned a lot from that match, and they will try to keep their high level if they can start that way again. Keep it up for more than a set this time.
All right, I believe we got Scott Gannon in the chair there today, and you're right. It should be it's a heavyweight matchup,
Yeah.
And Roxy Enica might be the best player who hasn't won a national, or she's right up there in that list. And the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway is how strong really that Elliott and Burus really have been. How the things that Niculescu and Enica do, hit heavy rollers, make them move along. They're so athletic, Elliott and Burus, that it doesn't damage that team as much. So it's going to be hard for them to play faster and beat them. And it's not natural really for Niculescu and Enica to play slower, and so it's an interesting match of pace and how they're going to decide to match this thing up.
It's true. I mean, there are not a lot of teams that have the luxury of being fast and athletic enough that to just be able to withstand all the pace and spins of Enica and Niculescu, but certainly Burus and Elliott can, and that's one of the things that makes them so good. And they can also create a lot of offense of their own.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to see. And as you said, they hadn't played all year, and this is their second tournament back. First one out, they still had good results. I mean, unfortunately, they're not really seeded to get away from this. So they're facing these guys in the quarterfinals, and they're going to have to break through. So it's a tough draw for them. Not that the other quarters are any there's no cakewalks out here. There's a lot of good matches out there. Our other streaming court, Cran and Herschel against Sikora and Morgan. You have Lopez and Page against Alexander and Halbauer. So really, really great matches out there.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our women's quarterfinal match. To my left, from Morris Plains, New Jersey, Lynn Burus, and her partner from Wilton, Connecticut, Marcy Elliott. To my right, from New Canaan, Connecticut, Roxy Enica. And from Norwalk, Connecticut, Gabriella Niculescu.
All right, so umpire Scott Gannon, and of course they're going to be playing 2 out of 3 set match, regular scoring. And I don't think the weather's supposed to be starting to come in here, but you can see it's kind of been threatening all day. It's actually really good playing weather. It's cool, and there's a slight breeze, but there's no sun to deal with. Right now there's no moisture or anything on the court, but we expect there's going to be some coming in at some point in time. So it's going to be a perfect day out there. And you see the umpire giving last-minute instructions to our players.
Is it supposed to rain or snow?
I think it's supposed to snow tomorrow and be a little rainy today, but not a ton of it, but it'll definitely make a difference if it happens.
What's that?
Yeah, so this is a great match. Now, when you watch them play in the match before at Fairfield, Enica and Niculescu, they just came out firing, like hitting their shots, big returns, the whole works.
Yeah.
And they're just going to try to match them heavyweight for heavyweight, I would imagine. I'm curious to see, did they make any strategy changes when the match got tight, or when the other team, when Burus and Elliott actually tightened it up a little bit?
No, I don't. I don't think so. They see, they kept trying to make inroads with those rollers and the spins, but. Certainly Enica with the spins, not so much Niculescu, but Burus and Elliott just, they kind of zeroed in and they started playing better themselves. I mean, there wasn't really, I don't think there was much strategy change at all. So I think that, Enica and Niculescu think that if they're playing their best, that's good enough, and they're gonna just try to hammer it home.
It's interesting, yeah, because it is like kind of in terms of like just the names on the court, it's a heavyweight battle, right?
Yeah.
And, multiple national championships for Gabby Niculescu, and Elliott, of course, and Burus have been nearly flawless all year. And any time they've lost a set, they come back and tighten it up and change the game, change the way they're approaching it, and just basically really tighten it up. I think for themselves, they're playing with such confidence that they actually believe anytime they even lose a set, it's really because they haven't done what they're supposed to do, not what other people are actually doing to them. So at this stage, it's almost like everyone is reacting to them. And it's interesting to see, because if you go at them and you're just going to swing haymakers, well, I guess if you got a better haymaker, you're going to win, right? But if you don't, you might have to adjust your strategy. So it'll be interesting to see today. But either way, what we expect to see is incredible athleticism and incredible shot making across the board.
Yeah, that we'll see. I'm sure of it. And here we go. Lynn Burus to serve.
Yeah, and the serving game, of course, for Elliott and Burus, they're probably two of the most challenging serves in the women's game. So we'll see how this return game. I expect you might even take some screen drives against the Burus serve here.
There you go.
$15, love.
All right, really quick, we'll do it one more time here. Right there. Roxy Enica hitting the overhead, top of your screen. Her partner, Gabby Niculescu. And that's Lynn Burus hitting that screen. And Macy Elliott, of course, in the deuce court in the back here. Yeah, all players wearing pretty much black out there. So we got like a full mod squad thing going on.
15 all.
Very nice.
Stealthy. They all look very stealthy.
They're very stealthy. Not only great at paddle, but they got ninja engagements later on. Oh,
Yeah,
slippery drive
30,
there.
15.
And that's what makes, one of the things that makes them so good. Roxy Enica has a tremendous forehand. She had a hole there, was all set for her, but it's easy for Macy Elliott to just go back and scoop that across.
Yeah, and the pressure of how good they are at volleying actually comes into play there. She could have rolled that at about half the pace. Like, that was a better pace on that drive. But she went big because she was actually, you're a little worried they might volley right back at you if you hit it half pace. There's the hard overhead that these guys can track down really well. And Niculescu used that rolling overhead to, obviously great success to, and rode that to many national championships, to multiple national championships. But she hasn't really developed another overhead. And she tends to hit it more hard than, even slow it down and roll it. And at this stage, she might want to develop like a slow roller along with a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for her to hit a spin overhead because she doesn't have the grips for it, but she could vary her roller more. I mean, she's had so much success for it and with it, and for a while it was just so far better than anybody else's that she got used to just relying on it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I think this is a team that actually, and even there's so many good, like we talked about, quarterfinals out there. This is a team that has, just great athleticism. They may have been Lopez and Page. They can really track down balls. There are really a lot of athletic teams. The bang for the buck on the hard roller, it's still there, and it's still there against many, many, many teams. But against the top teams, they have sort of closed that gap.
Definitely. Yep. I think that's one of the biggest changes in the game in the past few years is a lot of people can hit that shot, and it's not you have to mix it up.
40-30. Game. Burus, Elliott. They lead.
I like that play from Enica. If she can get that lob, over Macy Elliott's head on the deuce side, and then that's her favorite forehand, that inside-out forehand to the ad court, she'll have Lynn Burus reaching because Burus comes all the way over. So, just a few mistakes there because it's early and everyone's feeling each other out. But I think that's a play that we can look for.
Yeah, it's a great point there, Lauren. And, one of the keys, of course, for all the players out there is move your opponents around like chess pieces. Get them out of position.
15,
look for the seams in their defense. These guys, if they know the ball's coming, they're going to make 80% of the volleys if they're in position. More than that, probably make 95% of the volleys.
all.
It's a good rolling serve wide there. Tough for Elliott to cut that off. There we go.
There it is, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Little spin overhead.
A little slight cut overhead there. Bring it around the outside of the ball. And changing her grip there, too. Getting closer to that continental. And a lot of people even using Eastern backhand on that type of cut overhead. They'll go further than a continental. Yeah, a little miscommunications a couple early here. Oh, that ball ate her up a little. She might have wanted to move underneath it and actually play it on her backhand side. Great shot at the crease.
Ball was in.
Ball was called out and overruled by umpire Scott Cannon, so
30 all.
30 all.
Again, a little miscommunication.
40.
turnaround drive there from Enica. Catches her backing off that volley a little bit there.
Burus, Elliott, they lead the first set 2-0.
That's a great start here for Burus and Elliott. And they're just going to have to clean those errors up, Lauren.
Yeah.
And the miscommunications there. I mean, none of those were like outrageous. But we won't. If they're going to continue to miss those, it's going to be a short match.
Yeah.
Right,
And the 2 points where you don't know who's hitting the ball. That's a problem too.
Yep. Like we said, they just got back into playing. And Burus and Elliott have been, basically just steamrolling their way through the season. Only one hiccup on the year. Yeah, this is the thing Burus does so well. She has a good sense of when to block, and she won't let a lot of the rollers go in there, too. So she takes them, and then there she just knows where it's going. That's a good play. That's a good overhead there. That's going to get hit. Niculescu, such a great position volleyer.
Nika's doing a good job of keeping these overheads deep.
Yeah, she's keeping the service liner behind. Switch at the net. And a little more confusion again, yeah. That cross-court lob when they go this way is getting very, very confusing for them. They're going to have to work that out. It's a great lob. It's a perfect setup, and the Burus pressure there causes the volley miss.
15-love.
I mean, Burus and Elliott look locked in.
Yeah, they're just playing lights out right now, and we haven't even seen really Niculescu and Enica get off the mat yet. They're really not into it yet. They got to get their first game, tighten it up a little, and then we'll see where this match goes. That's a stick right there.
30-15.
Great shot from Niculescu.
All.
But no matter what, the firepower for Enica and Niculescu is undeniable. If they can deliver those, they're going to deliver those power punches there, those huge drives. It's just cleaning up the rest of it, really. Those are two big, big drives.
You saw the difference between Macy Elliott's 2 serves. She went for the big one on that one and the push one on the one before.
Perfect combination, smart use of the lob there. Easily transition back from Burus and Elliott.
Happy staying on the opposite sides here. Let's see if they switch back.
Yep, there's a switch back. I like them better this way. I think, the Elliott backhand is better than the Elliott forehand. And the Burus forehand is just lights out. She really doesn't hit much of a backhand, but it doesn't matter because she moves up the wire and and she lobs so well that she's getting her forehand a high percentage when she needs it.
30-40.
I mean, it ended in an error, but good point. Looks like Enica and Niculescu are finding their range.
Yeah, 2 huge drives in there, and just got an error that time, but it was a good point. I think everybody was playing it the way they wanted to. That's a great stick.
That's one. And you saw that after
Game.
Enica hit that good lob, she
Enica, Niculescu.
moved over towards her left to
Burus and
set up
Elliott
that
lead the first
forehand. She got
set,
exactly what
2
she
games
wanted.
to
Well
1.
done.
Yeah, perfect spot. Gets Elliott reaching for that ball. So that's the key. Capitalize on the one overhead error, by Burus there, and then play a great point. All right, so Monica, that's her sister.
That's her sister.
In the Australian Open, Gabby Niculescu to serve here. Of course, her sister's been on the WTA Professional Tennis Tour for many, many years, 10 plus. Great. So economical, perfect volleys there from Niculescu.
I like that shot, though. I mean,
15,
Niculescu was
love.
10 feet off the net, and she had a good look at it.
Yeah, it's definitely her ball.
Yeah.
A couple of
30
shots on that one. That
love.
one definitely looked a little behind her and a little not fully committed to that. A little long. And this is the
40
key
love.
now, is to capitalize. The margin of error, for Niculescu and the path to victory is really, they're going to make a few mistakes. And right now you're getting a few out of Macy Elliott and Burus. So capitalize on any of these moments. They did it in the last game. Keep this up. This is it. I'm not sure this is an easy match for them to play uphill on, Lauren.
Yeah.
Meaning playing catch up all the time.
Yep.
They want to keep this thing even, scoreboard pressure. When they do that, their drives are going to come into play, like a big drive in a big moment. And if they just capitalize on these big moments, and right now they're just getting a few loose shots. That's the key.
And they've cut down on their errors. I mean, they gave away a lot of points, Niculescu and Enica, in the first 2 games, and they've certainly looked much more relaxed now.
Heavy roll, you're going to get hit. Oh, great hands there from Enica.
That's the other thing, right, Brad? If you're going to hit that big, hard roller, you have to be prepared to close on the net and volley. And, these women can all do that.
Perfect lob there from Elliott. Didn't quite get behind it.
40-15.
Flicked it up. Still a couple more game points here. So in the first set, in some of our other women's quarterfinals, Alexander and Halbauer were up 4-3 against Lopez and Page, and that's a really good matchup. Of course, Halbauer, national finalist last season with Gabby Niculescu, And she's just a great ball striker. Alexandra's become a very good tactician, good forehand, to grind it out, understands the shots to play. Got a couple little tricky off-pace ones as well. So that's a good team, and that's a good matchup there. Lopez and Page have been sort of like really knocking on the door, Lauren.
They have, and I'm curious as to how Paige's calf muscles holding up. She pulled it in the tournament a few weeks ago, and it was sort of touch and go whether she was going to be able to play. And obviously she can play, so hopefully that's not causing her any issues.
All right, so good games there from Enica and Niculescu, tying this thing back up. Oh, what a great shot there from Niculescu. I love that play, teeing it up down the line, make the net player think about it. There she gets the good fortune of a let court, so very little chance there for Elliott to make that volley. Switch in the backcourt. Yeah, right now they're working that ball in. Oh, great shot. And right in between them again. Another miscommunication. Staying positive. That's great. Oh, got her that time, chasing it. Yeah, she played that the wrong way. She got to let that wind around to the other side. Play it with her forehand there. That time she got a great spot on that one and started dying towards the side.
$15-40.
All right, 2 break points.
Yeah. No, right now they're just, I mean, Niculescu and Enica have righted the ship, you know, but they're also feasting on some mistakes here, and those are just huge returns there from Niculescu.
Niculescu, they lead the first set 3-2.
All right, so let's talk about one of our great sponsors, Volley, and a 30-day free trial with Volley. What's stopping you? Get 30 friends together and dive into a full month of elite training completely free. It's that easy. Ready to level up your game? Head over to getvolley.com/myclub and start your 30-day free trial today. So, you know, just a really, really good comeback here from Enica Niculescu, and it's been, you know, a couple of huge howitzer returns there, and we told you they got the haymakers there. And now it's the moment where actually we're going to have to see Elliott and Burus sort of clean this up. And you said in their first match before, things got tight. Now they're down a break. And you said they just basically just kind of shifted gears. It's not like they did things differently. They just got rid of their errors, right? And they started playing. Well, that's just an awesome, awesome roller there.
And I definitely feel like Enica Niculescu didn't keep up their level in the last match, and I think a lot of that was attributed to their being their first tournament back, and so I think that we may see something different here.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just playing lights out. They're crushing the balls, and we talked about in the beginning, or at least I did, you know, how the roller is harder to hurt them, and they've gotten 2 or 3 errors already out of it. So if that, you know, if they can continue to do that and make a difference with their game-changing shots, you know, that's going to be, you know, work obviously in their favor, and that's going to be the key to getting a victory for those guys. And, you know, they're not seeded here because they're really not playing, right?
Right.
But you would probably put them in a seed, or at least you'd think they would be seeded in the top 4 if they once they start playing, right? So, you know, Niculescu and Enica is just,
15.
in terms of talent, you know, just right up there with any team in the country.
And it's important for them because for nationals, they would like to be a top 4 seed. You don't want to have to play Burus and Elliott or Hanish and Zabori in the quarters. So these are important matches for them.
You know, and honestly, the other teams probably don't want to see them either.
Right,
You know,
right.
it is kind of like a little bit of a draw buster, but that's the way it goes. I mean, that's, you know, in these racket sports, somebody has an injury to you. What great hands there. She did attack her, and wisely so, but such good hands. Now the big roller. That's a good turnaround move there. Now that's just got to wind it around again. Yep, that's how you play that. That's good.
Yeah, Elliott is really adept at handling those rollers on the deuce side. Great move.
Yeah, great move, and you could hear the coming in, but it was a little late, and she was already in, and she didn't have time to change her overhead from a push. Gabby Niculescu up there smiling. That's a great move. So break point here. Good quick lob there. I like the way she steps into some of her block lobs. She's just trying to steal more time and force her opponent to have to hit the overhead from a higher position where she's going to get a down-up ball that she can drive.
Deuce.
All right, break point saved there. Big cut there from Elliott.
Advantage, Enica.
Oh,
Can't do it any better than that.
Niculescu, they lead the first set 4 games to 2.
absolutely masterful there from Enica. And here she goes. She just takes the pace and rolls right over the top.
It didn't come up 1 inch.
Put it right into the snowboard. Perfection. 4-2 after being down 2-0. Burus Elliott. It's been all Enica Niculescu, 4 games in a row. Thundering returns. And just a few mistakes. I mean, that one error that you saw Elliott make, she put that ball on the fence, actually. You know, that drive that she went for. Good shot there right at her feet. Enica couldn't come up with the quick volley.
15 love.
Oh, great shot there. Cut off volley right into the crease.
30 love. 30-15.
That's kind of a different serve there. She went kind of wider, like almost like a sidewinder slice, Lauren. I think I've seen that one.
Got her.
Yeah,
40-15.
two really good shots right at the corner. Need some help calls on those, but those are perfectly done. And she's opening up those nicely. Nika's going to have to get some of those lobs down the line a little bit.
That time Elliott didn't even try to contend with the return from Niculescu, just stayed back.
That is so good. They really are making a huge difference with the rollers.
40-30. Deuce.
All right.
I'm guessing she's going to go to the push serve.
Yeah, we do see that from time to time. You know, she used to exclusively hit the push serve and rode it to a couple of national championships, but she's developed this overhand serve, and it is very, very good. And just absolutely murdered again by Niculescu, who is just on fire with her return of serve. And
Well, certainly if she's going to stay back anyway, she might as well hit the push serve. So, okay, point for 5-2.
To me, that was a fast trigger pull, meaning it wasn't that it wasn't available to be driven. It's that there's no setup with the lobs yet. It's just, it's there, I'm hitting it. And that seems to be sort of a little bit of what they're doing right now for Burus and Elliott. They're not setting up the point with a lob. They're just hitting sort of whatever. And these guys right now, just a lot of pressure. That is just masterful there from Enica Niculescu.
They lead the first set.
What a turnaround in this net, Brad.
5 games in a row. All right, so another great sponsor we have here is Labor. And Labor is a Boston-based outcome-focused technology consultancy with a boutique approach. People-powered, technology-enabled, and visit labor.com, Labur.com, to learn more about services, capabilities, and people. Yeah, I mean, you said it. It's just a huge turnaround. And 100% due to just super solid returning and making a huge difference with their rollers. You know, I fully was way off in saying they can't hurt them as much. They have hurt them 4 or 5 times with just tremendous shots in there. And also, it seems Burus and Elliott just a little fast. You know, they're not building points or constructing them. They're hitting balls.
And truthfully, last time they played, I don't think they really did hurt them with the rollers. I felt like they were having to hit a lot of rollers for, you know, little benefit. But the much more effective today could be the colder weather. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I also expect, you know, Burus and Elliott, the last 2 tournaments they've played, they've lost the first set a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then they've won like 6-1, 6-1 or 6-0, 6-2. You know,
including
to
Enica, including to this team. So
exactly, they lost the first set. Didn't they lose the first set 6-2 actually against them the last time they played?
Yeah, 6-2, and then they I think won 0-2.
Right. You know,
another nice low roller by Enica.
Yeah, she's playing beautiful shots in there, and I expect them to tighten this up. I do not expect this to be continue, but right now, those are great balls. I mean, she's going right after those creases. That's going to be hit and bailed, but she got a little, her feet just got a little crossed. I would expect her to get out of the way, but I think she was still stepping back as they came, and it just kind of clipped her.
Love 15.
Great shot there. That time they lost control of the
she couldn't get it out either way. She couldn't get out of the way either way.
Yeah. Yeah, either way, it's just still right there. And then he could misplace that hard overhead there. That's supposed to hit the back towards around that first post in the back and then spin towards the side wire. That hit much closer to the middle, came right out into the center of the court, and it gave an opportunity, for Burus to come up there with the drive. That's the one there. It's got to get over towards that side wire after, right at the crease there. Just seeing his good athletic play in the screens there, but also the commitment to putting the paddle down, setting it in there, and following the ball around with your paddle underneath it. So when it comes out, you let it fall on top, and you just lift it right up calmly. Hard one again. Right at the crease. So Niculescu going to work.
Just going to let Enica hit some overheads now.
Yep, little switch at the net there, but that was really, really good work. Enica using that off-pace roller to the deuce side really well. But see, this is a great point in the sense from, Elliott and Burus. They're digging in here. They're not giving up this point. They're playing supreme defense. This point has been pretty much entirely controlled, and that's a decent lob there. We'll give them a possible look, but entirely controlled by Enica and Niculescu. But Burus and and Elliott are just digging deep and saying, "We're going to hang in here. You take your best shot. We're going to go." Switch back again. Now they're going to get an opportunity ball. Yeah, it's great stuff here. Super high level.
Good volleys off of 3 really good forehand drives.
Yeah, now they're it feels like they're recognizing, all right, let's start playing the way we want to here. They're not taking any ball that isn't a good strike right now. And they're continuing to lob, keep it nice and simple. Side out roller. It's going to get hit. Yep. Yeah, both teams doing an exceptional job.
Great volley.
Oh, turn around drive there from Enica. What a point, Lawrence. Best point of the match.
And the longest.
By a margin. But to me, this shows me a commitment to players digging in a little bit. Right? They're like, okay, this is what it's going to take. We can't just turn around, just, drive. We're going to defend. And that's how it ends. They finally miss one, and that's just an awesome point. And I loved the switching at the net there from Niculescu. And Enica shows me they're on the same page. They're kind of sharing the equitable work there of attacking. And they both really did an amazing job. And Burus and Elliott just couldn't be gotten.
That was really, that point had a lot of everything.
Yeah, and it showed sort of a test of wills as well. You guys bring in these rollers. You've beaten us already 4 or 5 times. Go ahead. Keep coming. You know, we're going to stop that. We're stopping that now. You know, and they did.
And they did. Yeah.
And those guys hit really, really good overheads there and well spotted and mixed it up and went at the crease and backside, side back, and then again, and they shut it all down and won the point just by playing great defense. All right, Lopez and Page, after being down 4-3 in the first set, take that first set 6-4, so they tighten it up.
30-15.
And Hanish and Zabori won their first set and are up in the second. And Hanish and Zabori against Maturka. Or is it Banks and O'Sullivan?
I think Banks and O'Sullivan.
Yeah, Banks and O'Sullivan. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, the big heavy one, but she tracks it down. Cut off by Enica.
Ball was long. Ball was long.
Called out and confirmed by umpire
30
Scott Gannon. So she made the close off there. That's an option. It was a pretty good layup there for Elliott. I'm not sure the better option wouldn't have been to bail there, but you know, with such supreme talent, sometimes you count on that. I would have thought Elliott had
she
the
didn't miss that
advantage.
volley. She didn't miss that volley by much.
Nope, and it would have probably been pretty close to a winner. Although it looked like, to me, Burus had it. But
yeah.
There's one really long point.
Yep.
they're discussing the points here. I think there might be even some confusion as to what the actual score might be.
45. I'm sorry, 540. 540.
Okay. It says 30 all on our screen, which means that the umpire actually did place that in the pad.
5 games to 2. 5-2. Right.
Okay, they're just getting it all squared away here.
Happening?
It's 5-2.
15-40.
Or well, it says 15 love on the thing now. So is he moving it? Is he changing it? All right, so 5-3. Let's just go back to love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Niculescu
It's officially 5-3.
That was games to 3.
That's it. So everybody out there knows the umpires do have a system where they, excuse me, every time a point is scored, they move it on to the system. But you know, we're all still humans, so there is a point where we make some mistakes, and there they cleaned it up. It's 5-3 now, and just a great test of wills there for Burus and Elliott. And what I loved about it was, like we said, you know, they stopped that train of rollers making errors, and they really just tightened it up. They're like, we're down. We're giving away too many points, and they're hitting really good shots. Ah, beautiful ball.
30 love.
And Enica and Niculescu have to be careful not to have a letdown now.
That's right.
They were so close, and even in that game, they played so many good points, and they lost it, and now they have to reset.
That's going to just get hammered, yeah. Great off-pace ball. She didn't overhit it. So they're both bailing. Ooh, catches are moving away from it too far.
Yeah.
She's actually reaching for it a little. She totally misplayed her footwork there. Good
She was
soft.
far back in the court and moving the wrong way.
That was a good soft overhead there. This is in a side cutter. She might want to let that drop a little lower. That could be really good. Yeah, variety in her the way she's able to quickly switch her grip and use her wrist to be coming around the ball one side or the other. Enica's showing a great variety on these overheads.
And she's got really good precision on them today. I mean, her percentage of rollers that are actually going into the nick is very high.
Yeah, she's dialing it in for sure. And, you know, outside of that first couple of games, really, really making a difference with it. But like we said, this is where we're seeing now Burus and Elliott. They're sort of giving it a little test of wills. And if nothing else, whether they're able to take this set or not. But they both chased after it. And that's the problem with two athletic ladies. They're both going.
When I play, I just stand there and let my partner know. There's no question I was going.
There was no question that I am not getting it.
Right.
And I will back you up after you run after it. That was a heck of a play there. Just a beautiful use of those overheads again. And that's a heavy hard ball, so they push her. And they hit it at the time when she's off balance. So set point here for Enica and Niculescu. So it's a perfect time to hit that hard roller in there.
Like to see that down the line lob now. Pull Burus over or let Elliott hit it.
Right at the crease. Yeah, just money ball there from Elliott. And I'd like to hear a help call. That ball's going straight in there. All right. I just hear our producers say it's starting to drizzle out there and starting to rain. So it's coming up. I expect we're going to see heaters soon. Yep, here we go. Yep, we just got a head poking in here saying, hey, can you turn the heaters on? The players are asking for heaters. So rain is coming in as we projected all day long. It's kind of like a little drizzle here. It's causing a film. Heaters are going on. And you can even see, like, even on the court that we're looking at here, I don't know if you noticed before how there were kind of these white spots on that court there. They're kind of all covered by some rain right now. You see they're actually gone, so you can see that spot. And they were pretty pronounced before, so the heaters are going on. We'll see if this actually comes into effect. It's not enough rain where I think it's going to make a difference. Called out, and it was out. So another match point here for Enica.
Match point.
It's definitely not a match point. Plenty more match here. Another set point here for Enica and Niculescu. And there it is.
Game, Enica, Niculescu, they win the
really
first
well
set.
played
6
first set.
games to 3.
Great little, I mean, I actually thought Burus and Elliott might run away with that first set after the first 2 games. They won them so easily. All credit to Enica and Niculescu. And we'll be back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by Joho.
Want to see how volley can transform training at your club? We've got a great offer for you. Gather 30 of your club friends and you'll get a free 30-day trial of volley. Experience firsthand how Volley's trainer can help everyone improve. Increase reps and track your progress, all while training smarter. Don't miss out. Visit getvolley.com and unlock your club's full potential with a 30-day free trial.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Hey guys, I'm Dan Hansen. I teach paddle at the Sonjin Como, and I'm an engineer as well. Today I'm going to give a tip about the cut overhead. So a lot of people ask me about how to hit the cutter. So the first thing I'll talk about is the grip. So from Continental, I like to move it over just a little bit, almost like an extreme Continental grip. And then for the overhead, I let the ball drop and I'm coming underneath the ball to get more spin on it. I'm Dan Hansen. I hope you enjoyed that tip of the week. See you on the court.
Hi, this is Charlotte Sikora, and today I have a tip of the week for you. So guys, too many times when coming in transition, what we tend to see happening is you trying to hit a winner shot or going side screen. Wrong. Transition soft in the middle. At that point, you already have them where you want to, so slow it down and just take over the net and push them back to the baseline. Right. I'm Charlotte Sikora. Hope you enjoyed this tip and see you soon on the paddle court.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're here at the Boston Open in Weston, Massachusetts with this women's quarterfinal round match between the number 1 seeds, Lynn Burus and Macy Elliott, and Roxy Enica and Gabby Niculescu. And Enica and Niculescu took the first set after being down 2-love. They came back and took the first set 6-3 in a really well-played set, Brad.
Yeah, they were terrific. I mean, they got down 2-love, like you said, and their comeback started with, it was fueled initially by Burus and Elliott just making a few loose balls, but after that, really, Enica and Niculescu's just been lights out. Niculescu's thumping returns. There's been tremendous precision from Enica on her rollers, and they've just outplayed them from that moment forward. What I did love to see, though, from Burus and Elliott was like, they're like, okay, let's get this back, you know, like, let's play some tough points, and they did kind of to sort of set the tone, I think, for how they're going to come at this set. You know, they're going to dial up the errors that they made on those rollers, you know, that they attacked them with, and they got better defensively there. But right now, they've struggled like they usually do a bunch of damage with the return game, Elliott and Burus, and they have not been able to do any of it. I mean, when's the last time they've had 1 or 2 free points with a big return and followed by, well, that'll help, but, you know, followed by just a missed volley, right? And they've had very few of those. And when they're stuck in the backcourt, it's really just Enica and Niculescu hitting precise overheads. And Enica's, and actually Niculescu's ability to cut off balls, such a good volleyer, making a difference out here.
Yeah, and I don't remember ever seeing Enica hitting so many rollers that stay so low. She's really hitting them at such a good pace, slow pace, and it's impossible to do anything with them. So, and it'll also be a big factor in this set could be the weather, because we don't know how the rain's going to affect things.
30 all.
All right, so 30 all. That scoring machine going out there. A couple of faults here. And
30,
what you said was so on point here, because Enica is using this heavy roller serve. You cannot continue to hit the heavy roller serve. Yeah, she's probably, hopefully, she's going to figure this out. And she needs a contingency plan.
The second set,
no, it's just very different when you're going at it with wet ball versus the other. The ball will not grab as much. You got to flatten it out. And there she just gifts the game in with 3 faults. So the people who use this heavy action serve, now that the wet ball is going to go in there, it's going to make a big difference. So, and you can see it just right there, and your point was right on. So it's already making a huge difference right there in that first game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if she adjusts. You know, I mean, it could be hard to change your serve if you're not used to changing it.
And not only will it possibly, that's just really good dig.
Yeah.
Not only will it affect the serve, which she's going to have to completely change if this weather holds up and the courts don't get dry, she might affect her roller as well. You know, all those shots are going to get affected. And the more the ball rains, the less you can go for heavy-duty spins.
15 love. 15 all.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see it affect a lot of the players out there. You can see a dry patch coming already on the court. It's not a heavy thing at all yet. And you can see some steam rising from the court now. Oh my gosh, what an amazing get there from Elliott. She just got targeted up by Niculescu, but just terrific hands. So far this season, except for one time, Elliott and Burus have had all the answers, and they've lost plenty of first sets. They've lost some sets on the year, but they've always been able to kind of dig deep and frequently win the next two sets actually quite handily.
15-30.
All right, great replay of here of this blitz.
Yeah.
Look at those hands. That's incredible. And there's also a perfect viewpoint from that top there of the dry spots on the court. Whoa.
Oops.
Not sure what she was looking at there. It looked like she thought she could sneak it behind her and push it in towards the crease, but there was really no space. All right, couple break points here. And here, by the way, what we're seeing here in the second set too, we didn't bring it up right away, is that Enica and Niculescu have changed their service return sides.
1 game all.
They had Niculescu was returning from the deuce side before. She's in the ad now. And Niculescu was lights out on the return. But given the success, it's usually you don't see a switch until there's a little bit of duress. So it's a strange thing to see. I don't necessarily disagree with it because Niculescu's return was on fire. I love that lob. She's trying to push it a little lower, straighter. Heavy roll. That's a good read. She saw that one coming beforehand. She switches. That was a good. She changed the pace there, Lauren.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing a good job with her hitting different overheads today, Niculescu. Nice to see.
Now, these guys are working their overheads really well. It's hard for them to gain any control. They're just flat out defending.
Yeah.
They're not controlling these. They're just trying not to lose them. And then maybe these guys make a mistake or they miss an overhead. And by a mistake, I don't just mean an error. I mean like they overhit one. They get a good screen drive or something of that nature. And there's a great blitz.
I was going to say that's going to be the way they differentiate from the, I guess. And I feel like every time that Burus and Elliott have gotten behind in a match this year, they've started to blitz more. And, as we can tell from their results, it's paid off.
Yeah, and you could tell even in this game, to me, already, it seems like, the first game was a wash because it was just a bunch of faults. But it seems to me that they're structuring their points in the backcourt more. Like, we're going to use more off-pace drives. That was a crusher. And we're going to just sort of kind of pick away and then throw the blitz in there. So it's a little different. Rather than hitting howitzers, let's just go to something consistent. We'll move them up, we'll move them back. And then we'll get a quick blitz move in there. So see if it continues. They have been masters at tightening it up and adjusting their strategy. But of course, Niculescu and Enica have such a high skill set. And as we mentioned before, once they start playing, they're unseeded in this, so they're just thrown in this draw. But we fully expect if they continue to play out this season that they may work themselves into a top 4 seed. But we'll have to see. Oh. I don't know about you, Lauren, but from my vantage point here, I don't see that Scott Cannon's got rain gear on up there. He might be a soggy umpire when we're done here.
A really tough one.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Gosh.
You know, I'm soggy, I'm a little crabby. I'm in a chair. It's 30 degrees out. And you're questioning my call? We're coming up on it pretty soon, and it's the Enica, service game I want to see again when it comes around to her next time they switch sides. It's going to be interesting to see.
Well, I mean, as we all know, there it is again. Gosh, she's really dialed in on that.
Master class.
30.
Macy Elliott has 2 serves that she goes back and forth from, and Roxy Enica used to serve overhand, but now that she serves that sidearm serve, she exclusively serves that serve. So I don't know that she has something else to turn to, and I don't know if she can hit that sidearm serve any differently. But I guess we'll find out.
30 all.
Yeah, no, that's just well read. She goes to that cutter, but she just Burus basically just racing in before she even hit the shot. And
30-40.
Thing popped up way too much there. All right, break point here. Again, great job. Oh, tough one there.
Game, Burus, Elliott. They lead the second set, 2-1.
All right, Lauren, another one of our great sponsors, Aureus Asset Management. And this year, Aureus Asset Management proudly celebrates 20 years as a trusted wealth manager. And for 2 decades, they've delivered investment management and financial planning to individuals, families, and charitable organizations. Their investment approach is all about you, customizing asset allocation to meet your unique needs and implementing it with a distinctive combination of traditional and alternative strategies. And they are thrilled to sponsor this year's Boston Open and celebrate the incredible growth of women's and men's paddle programs across Greater Boston. All right, so a little bit of a slightly gifted game there from Enica Niculescu. All right, and Macy Elliott up a break to serve.
A few quick points for Burus and Elliott.
Yeah, Nica's going to have to tighten it up a little here.
Love.
There you go. And Niculescu squaring up, trying to go right into the body of Burus. Burus quick out of the way.
30-15.
Yeah, you can see the heaters working there, and as is typical with many heaters, they work in these certain spots, and those spots are getting drier where the heaters are. And it takes a minute for it to get to other parts of the court.
Didn't work that time, the blitz.
Nope.
40-15.
Elliott, I don't know if it's the weather affecting or not, but exclusively going to the low push serve. Great help call there from Niculescu. All right, so Lopez and Page up 4-3 in the second set after winning their first set 6-4. So they're battling there with Alexander and Halbauer. That is such a good cut.
It hit the court.
Burus, Elliott, they lead the second set 3-1.
Yeah, it didn't come out at all.
Yeah, this is perfectly executed. A little cut around the outside. And doing what they do, they stake themselves to a little lead in the second set.
Missed it.
And they're definitely just, you know, you could see what they started doing at the end of the second. Just start, like, we're going to play some great defense. And it's worked because not only they're starting to play better D, but they're also just, so they're in the points. And just by getting into the points doesn't mean you're winning them all the time. Sometimes you're just giving by staying in there longer, you're just giving your opportunity for your opponents to miss, you know, more often. And right now it seems like Enica and Niculescu, they're just missing more often, you know, and the other guys are just tightening it up a notch. So, you know, down a break, but easily they can get it back if they just tighten it up a little.
Yeah, they're definitely pressing a little more now, Enica and Niculescu.
Yeah, and there's no reason for them to be.
Right.
Nothing's really changed, you know, and it's just a one break. And honestly, the break they got broken is just, you know, just a few faults. Get rid of those and see what happens. And already it's a much better service game. Great cutoff there from Burus. Oh, Burus hangs on a second, but so athletic. That was just beautiful. Let's see that replay. Jake, good job here.
40.
The hammer. She hesitates, thinks it's
out. Yeah, she stopped.
That makes a beautiful move.
She stopped and still got there quickly enough.
And they all stopped, and there's the fault.
Game
and 4-1 for Burus Elliott.
They lead the second set 4-1.
All right, and Corient, another great sponsor. Corient is excited to partner with the APTA because whether as advisors to our members or as members themselves, they are already part of the APTA community. Learn more at www.corient.com. The official wealth sponsor of the APTA. Yeah, so Lauren, just a real turnaround from the first set to now.
Yeah, quick, and the points are quick. I mean, Enica and Niculescu were doing such a good job of putting together points where they were hitting, you know, 5, 10, 15, various overheads of various speeds and spins and whatever, and now these points are just going quickly, and they have to find their way back.
Yeah, they have to tighten it up. And not that I even think it's made a huge difference in the backcourt or anything like that, but they switched after winning the first.
Yeah.
It's a unique thing to do. And not that I actually think it has anything to do with what the score is in this set. You could see that Burus and Elliott were starting to build on this, like how they were getting into that mindset of, all right, we're going to dig these points out. But really, you know, it's been a good level from Burus and Elliott, and that incredible athleticism with that great get that Burus made in that last point. You know, but Enica and Niculescu, they just got to tighten this up now. And almost take a page out of what happened with Burus and Elliott. Like, hey, okay, let's go now. Let's tighten up. Let's give them nothing. And so, of course, as we've been mentioning all day, immediately following this, it's paddle all day today. We got men's quarterfinal round action following this.
Still got a long way to go here, though.
Oh, we definitely do. Oh, that's a
Nice
beautiful
return.
spot. Yeah.
30 all.
Held around it, got behind it. Just a perfect play. And of course, following the men's quarters, we got women's semifinals today as well. So more going on these sides of the draw. This is definitely the strongest women's tournament of the year. And you can feel sort of the energy ramping up, Lauren, as we march towards nationals.
40,
Yeah, Nationals
30.
March 6th to 8th in Philadelphia. Sign-ups are open, so make sure you register for Nationals. And it's the first year it's going to be a Thursday to Saturday tournament.
Yeah, and it's going to be just a big party on Saturday night. You know, the atmosphere there is going to be incredible in Philadelphia. Bruce Redpath, tournament director there for Nationals this year in Philadelphia. I know he's been spending time going to tournaments, checking stuff out and seeing what it is, and just trying to take the best from every event he's ever been to, and he's going to cobble it together. So
Enica.
looking forward to a great new format. All right, so break point here. Oh, she was going to work there, Enica, but just perfect volleying there from Elliott.
That's the lob.
Yeah, let's set things up for her, draws him out of position. And she's going to look for that forehand to put into the empty space. Oh, she tried to pull that trigger around the outside too much there. It's a big point.
Deuce.
Don't want to get too ambitious there. You want your opponent to actually have to volley it. You can put it off the hip, but she actually tried to go around her there. It's tough.
Advantage, Enica.
Yeah, Burus is having a bit of a serving lapse at the moment.
Been some faults sprinkled in there for sure.
Another big return, as you said. Niculescu has been pounding her return all match.
Burus and Elliott lead the second set, 4-2.
Yeah, that was a good game for Enica Niculescu to pull out. You know, they just have to tighten it up a little. They're right here. It's just one hold and a break. And they just been kind of just one too many there. I'm not sure that was a committed drive or if that was a design play, like, where she was trying to dip it low so Burus would drive, but it's like she half hit it.
Yeah, she had no racket head speed there.
So good. That short lob, and then she tees her up. She's way back in the box and deep, so you put it right in her frame. There's no way she's catching up to it if it goes beyond her, even with her speed. So perfect use of that hard overhead at the body there from Niculescu. Oh! Oh, no. You know, I love the competitor in Enica there going, oh, I should have softened that volley, but that was just a tough situation. You know.
Same overhead, but that time. Ah!
Oh,
wow.
Beautiful ball. Sets
40-15.
And she closed that off so well. Perfect shift right over there. Hard when you're hitting that screen drive to know exactly where to hit it because everything's moving so fast. And perfect positioning there from Enica. Switching out the net. There we go. That lob there has been giving them trouble before, and they started working out. All right.
Enica, Niculescu, Burus and Elliott leads the second set, 4-3.
And another one of our great sponsors, Lauren Narragansett Beer. And since 1980, Narragansett Lager has been a staple in New England bars and liquor stores. This winter, find some Gansett Madness at your local liquor store. Look for specially marked displays with a QR code for your chance to win a trip to Providence for the first and second round of the men's NCAA tournament. Pre-match, post-match, it's always a great time to share a Gansett with your playing neighbors. So that's kind of cool. Little NCAA tickets on the line. I'd be in for that. Providence, a good town. Spent some time in there in my younger days, which was actually quite a long time ago.
All right, big service game here for Macy Elliott.
He's got to let that drop cover around. It's more as an opportunity for the cut one. Yeah, it's a big game because they're kind of creeping back. 2 games in a row here now. And like we said, though, Lauren, it wasn't specifically. They just had to tighten it up a little, you know, and they're doing that. I still don't see a lot of, like, Elliott and Burus are not hurting them badly in any way, shape, or form. They've just also tightened it up. They're just giving away less errors, not allowing them to win as many points with the rollers. They're sort of just defending better, but I don't know that they're crushing offense at these guys by any means. You know, and they're going to grit their way through this, and a lot of that just has to do with, you know, the amazing skill set.
Yes, yes.
And the volleying ability that those guys have, that Niculescu and Enica have. That's been the lob right there, that kind of cross-court one that comes over from Elliott. That's been confusing for them. Last few of them, they did a much better job. So they're working that out, and you can see she's clearing out there, and now she closes back in. If you watch Enica, she'll clear to give space for Niculescu to hit, and then close in to make an offensive volley if she sees the moment. And, you know, incredible stands here, not in the back there, but the side stands where there's actually more of a heater, completely packed here for the women's quarterfinals. And it's only getting busier and busier as the barbecue is going to heat up pretty soon. And this place becomes party central. As always, the Saturday night at a paddle tournament, which is what they're trying to recreate for nationals this year, is always just so fun-filled. Oh, and there's the moment that we've just been talking about. They're cleaning it up, and there's complete confusion there. I think, was Enica switching and Niculescu
She was switching.
not? Yeah, so there was a switch going
so.
on there. but only one of the partners was doing it. So it's a little bit problematic.
That's not a good
when
idea.
That's the case.
Not a good idea.
So, it's a good point there. And the only thing that causes the loss is, just that sort of not quite enough time on the court yet. And as Nationals rolls around, I expect they'll have that worked out. But too bad. Good rip there. Oh, that's so good right there.
Nice.
Just volleying. Perfectly done there from Burus. Let's go. This goes in there. I tell you, the hut here where we're live streaming from here, it's getting crowded. All the men's quarterfinal participants are kind of getting in here watching this women's quarterfinal round action. They'll be going on just after.
Big return from Enica.
Yeah, the damage on returns is definitely been in favor of Enica and Niculescu from what I've seen out here, Lauren.
Yes. Yes.
They're able to get some free points here and there and just put a little more pressure on. That ball, she doesn't get over it. Well left
15.
from Burus. All right, so a game point after a 2-game run from Enica Niculescu, and this is just thumping it right at her. Oh, such good hands. Chipping charge. So stylish. And then the crease. That was just like, 5 just great shots in a row. Started off with the incredible athleticism of Niculescu with the blitz play, and then that little chip with the roller instantly. That quick grip change. Just great stuff. Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, you just see, from our vantage point here, it's hard to see. You could see Elliott go, oh boy, that was.
Yep.
She gave it an eye roll like, come on now.
As soon as she saw that it was going in, she's like, God, even I can't get that.
Yep, that's just good stuff. I mean, as a player, sometimes you tip your hat, and that's just outstanding play. And then she missed that wide. They are going for it on the returns.
Advantage, Elliott.
Just a little wide. It's actually a beautiful stroke. Just maybe pick too aggressive a spot. Oh, man. You see Niculescu over there. She looks like she is ready to pounce down this thing. Yeah, there's the push and run. And just good job there. I love that play because they went to an Australian, but still,
Jeez.
Yeah, what an exchange.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is a heavyweight battle out here.
Missed it.
Deuce.
You see the court is pretty much 80% dry. There's not enough water out there to make a difference anymore. It should be all pure ball striking from here. Yeah, that's long. She went for an aggressive block volley down the line.
Advantage, Elliott.
Pushed it a little long. Oh,
Game.
yeah,
Elliott, Burus. They lead
killer there,
second
Lauren.
set, 5 games to 3.
Yeah, fought all the way back in that game, and then 2 quick lob errors.
All right, here's the roller serve. It's been a little wonky in this second set here. Ball should be drier now.
She adjusted pretty well. She adjusted pretty well in the last game and hit it well, so I expect that she'll be okay here. Oh, there's a backhand drive. We haven't seen many of those.
Very few of those. You know, I think these guys have dialed it into let's play some D. And she tried for a tough spot there.
15 love.
Yeah, this comeback has been fueled by more defense and grit, you know, than just like overpowering them. In fact, you know, Enica Niculescu still hitting heavy in the offense, and I think this has been very smart actually for Elliott and Burus, which they've been all
Great
day.
shot.
Oh no, and we're talking about how the water's getting a little less, but it's still there, and there's a complete slip out, and that makes it tough on those guys. She's walking it off a little, but she's fired up.
Yeah, and it also gets, then you start to get nervous about your footing.
Sure. Yep, he just slid out from underneath her, so she was going to push off. Back. Yeah, those are good, confident-looking serves there. She's making her chase. Oh, love it. Oh.
40 love.
She went for a big thumper there.
Yeah, I mean, they're feeling the pressure because Burus and Elliott, they haven't been going for those shots. They've been more content to keep lobbing, but this game they've taken a few big swings.
Yeah, and it hasn't really worked out for them.
No, it hasn't. Not.
You know, oddly, you know, a team that has massive athleticism and tons of firepower, and you know, Elliott backhand. I mean, there's offense all over the place, but so far the volleying, you know, Niculescu and Enica has just been stronger than the drives. They're not able to actually dent them yet, and so they're having to grit this thing out. You know, and that's what they're doing. And you know, it's a rare match when you could say, I mean, when you can count on one hand how many backhand, you know, drives, difference-making ones that have like really caused an error has Elliott made? Very few. How many huge forehands, you know, has Burus hit, you know, where she's making a difference? Very few. You know, they're just grinding and gritting here, hanging in there, which is great because sometimes that's what you do. And that's what champions do, and that's what they're trying to do. So hats off to them. You know, if we can't affect all the change on them and win all these battles, let's make it hard for them to win points. You know, and that's what they're doing. And there she still takes offense, which is great, but and honestly, maybe it'll take 100 more balls, but maybe that cross-court lob is the best weapon they got. You know, where they get them a little confused, and that hits the chair, and just another gorgeous roller. And now it's going to be up to them to serve it out.
Enica Niculescu, Burus and Elliott lead the second set, 5-4.
Did the rain stop, Brad?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much the rain is mostly stopped out here. Court's pretty dry. You can see it there. There's some light spots. There's still a little darkness. Wherever it's darker, there's still some residual water. It's a very thin film, but it's definitely a spot that Macy Elliott had slipped on before. So the rain, you know, pretty much gone. And I think Scott Gannon actually is in good spirits. Never really got that soggy. You know, definitely made a difference for a minute. But, you know, and that service game was very confident in them from Niculescu. It didn't look like she had any problem just making full contact. And there was no, you know, and for all of you who, most of us these days, you know, back in the day, you were playing, myself, we played in the rain quite a bit. Now everybody cancels their game in the rain, so even sometimes at the pro level, these guys don't play in the rain as much as they used to, and there are adjustments that need to be made when it's out there. This is not a match that's getting fully affected by the rain. There have been a couple here and there, but that's a good start there on a break. And Niculescu need here to stay in this set. So we got on our other court, one men's quarterfinal going on. Humphreys and Ossis Koenig, great to see him out here. And they're going to do battle against McNerney.
30.
2 faults already for Burus, McNerney and Morgan. And this is going to be that kind of win. If Burus and Elliott are able to win this thing, it's because they're going to grit it out. Like, we're faulting, we're missing balls, we don't have as much offense as we thought we had against these guys. We're struggling. These guys are hitting really good, challenging overhead stuff. We're not able to control or construct the points as well as we want to in the backcourt. Faulting a few times, just grit it out.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but, champions, winning not with their A game and whatever, but it's true. I mean, you can't always go out and play your best, and there are other good players, too, who can play their best. So you have to be able to find a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And Niculescu, after getting down 2-love, they have been just playing great paddle, volleying like champions. Absolutely fantastic. There's a big roller, returning the favor, but stuffed as if she knew it was coming by Enica.
Two points to even the set at 5-all.
Screen drive, blitz, and that blitz play, lights out.
Enica, Niculescu. Second set is tied, 5 games all. Enica Niculescu won the first set, 6-3.
Now, having called the Fairfield match, and I did not get to see that one, is it just a different level that you're seeing here today from Niculescu and Enica?
Yeah, they're much more dialed in, and their rollers are much more effective. I mean, I feel like the spotting of their rollers is so much better. They're getting so much more action in the nick, and they're keeping them lower and just more dynamic. It's not just the same thing over and over.
Yeah, a terrific blitz play there from Burus. Amazing ball. Actually had Enica backing off. She got wrong-footed, had no chance to come up with that one. Drive through the middle. They're going to stay back. Bob volley, smart. Can she track this one?
Yep.
That's a great off-pace little ball there. Going into Enica's corners.
Yep.
Waterfall in there. I was wondering if we're going to see any of that. Both players playing at a really high level here. Great shot. Just a couple of missed lobs in this set. All right. A couple of break points. 30-love. Couple of points away. Serving out the second set. Well played there from Elliott. There's that little bit of confusion again
Yeah.
in that middle spot. Ah, such good volleying.
Got her.
Love.
Everyone on this
40.
court is not only good at the blitz, but they're really good at countering the blitz.
Yeah, the volleying been outstanding from all the players out there. And as you mentioned earlier in the set, you know, I'm not even sure Elliott's feeling confident in her backhand at this point. You know, like, oh, she went for that. It's a love 40 drive.
15,
Goes for the
40.
big hammer down the line. All right, 1 break point save for Niculescu. Right on the line.
That ball was out.
Oh, wait.
It was out. I
Oh,
thought it was out.
was called
She didn't
out?
call it.
No, apparently she did call it.
Yeah.
All right, we have a little confusion there. They're saying that she called it out after she hit her ball
After,
out,
yeah.
which would be too late. She does need to make a call, so they're going to work this thing out here. It was out. She does need to make
called
that
out
call,
after.
though.
Can you hear that after you hit it out? After she hit the ball.
After she hit the ball.
Already hit the score next time. So what is the rule on that?
Yeah, it's a good. They're actually right now. This is a tough position for the umpire.
Call
You
the
know,
ball out after she hits it, as long as she calls it out.
as long as she calls it out, they're saying. To me, there is a time frame to make that call in, but I don't know the official rule with that. So, the ball was out. So technically, it's a
Correct.
call,
The ball was
you
out,
know,
but did she-
maybe
did
she's
she-
saying she pointed a finger. They're not even really
Yeah.
saying that.
She said,
Yeah.
I did not hear it, but she said she called it out.
She's
I
saying
have to
she
go by
called
what
it
she
out,
says.
so he's going by what she says, and that's the thing. And maybe she said it under her breath. We clearly could not hear anything.
No.
So
30-40.
as it is, another break point save for Niculescu and Enica. Oh, and there it is.
There.
Yeah,
Game, Burus,
there's your
Elliott.
vindication
They
on
lead
that.
the second set, 6-5.
All right, so serving for it again. And last service game that Elliott threw in there, she's going with that underhand serve. Those guys were standing inside the baseline and teeing up the returns.
Yeah, but I mean, Elliott made every one of those first volleys.
Yep.
So
This is going to be the challenge. See if you can serve it out, bring this thing to a third. All right, gets the first one, but not the second. Love 15.
Love, 15.
That's a great cross-court lob. She's reaching for that drive there. It's a little stretched out.
15
It was
all.
a really good setup lob, too. Just able to pull the trigger.
wonder if she saw Burus moving over and changed her mind.
Ah, could be.
15-30.
Couldn't quite control that one. No. Ooh, thought that was wide.
Yeah, it was very close. Oh, good spots. Ooh, they got a bail here. Yeah, even with
And
their
they did.
hands. Great playing there. Good spotted drives. Just good to get those back. Relentless attack. Oh, strikes right back.
There's a backhand. Nicely hit backhand. Oop. Again, Brad.
Wow.
30 all.
Oh, look at that blitz play.
30-40.
Working that to perfection.
And I would do that every time. I mean, if until Burus and Elliott show that they can do something to not volley up to Niculescu, keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm with you. And on top of that, oh, big miss there. On top of that, at a certain point, maybe these guys want to adjust how they're approaching it. Like do one where they stay back, one where they come in.
Right.
Make it
That's
more
what
of
I
a
mean.
guessing game, with those guys. But, they have such confidence in their ability to volley, and they are outstanding volleyers. But you're right. They're probably running a 50% clip or more, maybe.
Let's see if they do
with
it again.
The blitz play.
No. Ooh.
And it's not just the first or second ball. It's just the
Advantage,
constant pressure.
Enica.
All right, Niculescu gets another chance. She wanted that return from 2 points to go back, and now she has another chance at the set at tying it up at 6-all. And she got it.
Game, Enica Niculescu.
Great job.
Second set is tied, 6 games all.
Those guys are just, like we talked about in the beginning, these guys are throwing haymakers, and they really are attacking the service game. And it's every ounce of grit that these guys have, Elliott and Burus, to get this second set, and they're doing the same. There's still enough water on that court where it's a little bit almost like they're able to still slide a little, So there is a little slip factor, but I don't think it's a play factor where the ball's getting affected.
Ooh, little confusion there.
1-0 Enica.
Now we'll see if this takes like that kind of turn. I think for Enica and Niculescu, they're just going to keep throwing their haymakers. They've been attacking the return at any chance they get.
You want a ball team, we'll keep that
And the
ball.
service game right now, it's been a few faults in here. It's not so lights out for, Burus and Elliott. They're having to fight through all the things they want. I expect these guys to still keep coming and throwing their haymakers. And I was curious to think if, would anybody kind of dial this? All right, it's a tiebreaker, no free points. Don't go for anything. I think these guys are going to keep throwing. And yeah, here, I love this. They're doing a little different strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not. I thought they were going to try to do an Australian there, and you could see already the positioning.
I mean, Enica and Niculescu, it's their comfort zone throwing haymakers. It's not like that playing it safe is comfortable. This is how they feel the most comfortable. So it's easy to default to that, and it's working.
Cut overheads. Great roller. Wow. 1 times by Enica off the ground. That was not easy to do. Incredible timing.
Ah, smart shot.
That's beautiful setup. Oh,
Ah, got her.
1-1.
did that hit the net or she hit the net? I'm not sure what happened there. Either way, Burus's point. And Burus and Elliott, so 1-1. Did she miss that volley? I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Or did she hit
Yeah.
the net? Yeah, it's just from my angle, it's a little blocked here. Great serve.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh.
2-1, Burus and Elliott.
All right, 2 service points by Lynn Burus, and good adjustment by her because her last couple service games were shaky.
Yeah, 2 big serves in a big moment there.
Mm-hmm.
A couple faults in her last game and sprinkled a few others in there. So really, really good plan there. We expect really, it's more amazing when these guys, don't step up to the plate and remind us that they're human than when it's the other way around. And there she is, just lights out. Oh,
Great volley.
what a fortunate, great hands there from Enica.
You just feel how important every point is now.
Yeah, this match has been incredible. Skill set displayed, the volleying, and kind of the grit, I've used that word way too many times, but they're just toughing it out. It's great. And it's so fun to see a team like Enica and Niculescu, which would have to be in, consideration as a team that can easily go to the finals or even win the, the national championship, sort of start to slowly round into form. From what you're seeing, it's better than what they had last week. And it's just great to see.
It is great to see.
Oh, what a spot inside out drive. It looks like she's pulling it cross court, but then
She got
comes
Burus leaning. She
inside.
had her leaning the other way, yeah.
Enica.
Absolutely, absolutely, Lauren. She had her leaning right in there, and she sneaks it by her on the outside. But even from my vantage point, I watched that whole thing unfold, and to me, I thought she was hitting a cross court. It was very hard to see. So just a couple of great shots there. She misses one by a half an inch off the top of the net. It goes wide, and still not afraid to pull the trigger. All the confidence in her forehand there, and that was a great shot. Nunez Powers in the building, getting ready for their quarterfinal matchup with Fraser West. That is another heavyweight battle right there.
That is, yeah.
That's coming up, and that'll be right after this, actually. Other streaming channel. So we got McNerney and Morgan. Oh,
She
my
got her.
God, she
Wow.
won that one. It's been working at a more than 50% clip, and you can't say anybody did anything wrong. Just outstanding hands. Look at these hands on the replay. Sticks it right back at her.
And what a time for it, down 2-3.
Outrageous, Lauren. Outrageous. Oh, geez,
Not
and
that
then
time.
pays her right back.
4,
And they go right
3,
back to the same
Enica.
strategy. As soon as Enica's lining that up, she's just going. Maybe they got to get up on the net so they can volley down, but it's tough. Maybe they got to bail once or twice. It's fun to watch, though, I will say. The blitzing by Niculescu and the range that she's getting on it, like she's stretching full out to get these balls, has been incredible to see.
And it's nice to have a drive like Enica's to be able to blitz behind.
Sure. right, here we go. Huge point here. Nobody's really gotten a separation yet in this tiebreaker of a point. Great lob. You see that on the switch.
That was a risky time to switch.
Yeah, it wasn't the best one, and she almost caught her with the lob there. There we go, Niculescu getting in there with one. She's going to try to start working it with the roller once they give her a short enough one, but these are, oh, that was one. There we go.
There's one.
That's so good. Well played there. Hard one, up the wire, easily there. I tell you, they're shutting down any drive opportunity they get them. There's a switch back again. These guys have been doing it all match. Very equitable with who's doing the attacking. Transition play there. Oh, not that time. That time Burus actually took almost like a swinging volley on that other one as it came in there. Standing stuff. That's going to get her. She did
It's
that.
like, my turn. She said it's my turn to hit a roller winner.
She did that.
Tired of defending.
4-all.
That was
What a
a heck
point.
of a point. Yeah, absolutely, Lauren. It was perfectly spotted and the perfect time for it. Beautiful point. Oh! Wow.
5-4, Elliott.
Tremendous.
Lauren, this thing is heated up. I mean, this is just incredible. It's one of the best shot-making matches I've seen in the season. Just going back and forth, and the blitz plays and the athleticism up at the net, the exchanges, and neither team's backing off.
No, all four of them at the same time were playing at a really, really high level.
All right, 5-4 still has not been a separation of more than a point here in this tiebreaker. Nope. 5-5.
5-all.
The quick banana break. I like it. Niculescu. I think I need some potassium for this forehand. let me load up here a little. I don't know if that's legal. Hey, did she put extra potassium on that forehand? No!
Oh, no, it didn't help.
No! All right, set
5,
point
yours.
now. Set point
Oh, wow.
for Elliott and Burus. They're going to play extreme defense here until they get them like a layup ball. They're going to say, go ahead. See if you can hit a winning overhead.
Yeah, and they should. All the pressure's on Enica and Niculescu
Oh
now.
my
There it is.
goodness. Wow, we got a whole nother set to
Game,
play, Lauren,
Burus,
and that
Elliott,
is some
they win
amazing
the
stuff.
second set,
Yeah, I
17-6.
mean, if the third set's
Back to
anything like
tie,
the end of the
1 set
second,
all.
we're in for a treat, Brad. And we'll be back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by Joho.
At Volley, we build tools to unlock your potential. The new Volley PTI feature breaks down your game like never before. Ever wondered, which partner has impacted my PTI the most? What's our win percentage as the favorite or underdog? Do I perform differently in 2 or 3 set matches? Now, it's all at your fingertips. The PTI tool is free to everyone. Download the Volley app today and level up your game. We'll see you on the court.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Hi, my name is Damian Johnston, and I'm the president of the APTA Board of Directors. New this year, I'm really humbled and excited to be part of this organization and awed by the responsibility to help grow this game that we all love so much. There's a couple of things that I'm really excited about going on at the APTA. First of all, I'm really excited about our deployment of our new PTI algorithm. It corrects some of the things that people didn't like about the old one and improves the accuracy for everyone. And what I really like about this system is, although it stresses a lot of people out, it's really great for us creating great events like PTI National Championships, and really one of the highlights of the season for me are PTI Team Nationals, which is a lot of fun for everyone. Another thing that I'm really excited about that enhances our tournament events is Court Director. It's a real-time, live updating scoring system used by our umpires and integrated in for everyone to look at on their mobile apps live while a match is occurring. No more having to ask everyone around you, what's the score? You can look it up yourself on the phone. Another thing I'm really excited about is the expansion of the APTA Tour. This year, it looks like we're going to have live stream matches and tour events across the country every weekend of the season. And that's really exciting to see all the enthusiasm and bringing this great game to communities across the country. To stay up to date with all things paddle, check us out at platformtennis.org.
Hi guys, I'm Alvin Regalado, originally from Alicante, Spain, and I'm located in Orange Lawn Tennis Club, New Jersey. I started playing tennis when I was 3 years old, top of the youth competition in Spain, and then when I was 18 I got a full scholarship here. I started playing paddle in 2022, and yeah, fell in love with the sport and with the community. My personal strength is reading the court really well, knowing when to attack and when to defend.
What do you do when you're not playing paddle?
When I'm not playing paddle, I'm spending time with my beautiful girlfriend, hopefully soon to be fiance. I got some points in there, huh? My partner is Jose Salazar and our team name is Regalazar. I think our strength as a team is the chemistry we have outside of the court. He's one of my closest friends here and he's become a brother to me.
Why do you wear matching uniforms?
Trying to look cute. I'm Alvin Regalado. This is the APTA Tour.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're here at the Boston Open in Weston, Massachusetts with this third set of this unbelievable quarterfinal round match between Macy Elliott and Lynn Burus and Roxy Enica and Gabriela Niculescu. Niculescu and Enica won the first set 6-3, and Burus and Elliott just took the second set in a nail-biter of a tiebreaker, 7-5. And I think we're going to have an incredible third set. Brad, what are you looking forward to here?
I mean, I'm looking forward more of the same. That was just, you know, a display of athleticism and blitzing prowess. I mean, the volleys were really the defining thing of that match. I mean, I'm still trying to. These guys are developing most of their points with a blitz play behind it, and the hands have just been amazing there. And that set when we had I don't think they got up 6-5, but it was a big point there at 5-all. You know, in the tiebreaker, ball right into the forehand. It just came down to like one missed shot there, and as great as the tiebreaker was, it finishes out with just a simple missed overhead and a simple missed return, and that's how it goes. And interspersed, just fantastic hands play up there at the net, and all kudos to Burus and Elliott, who are just, you know, grinding it out and just fought their way hanging into that set. And well, they were up in that set, but it's kind of like they fought their way back into this match. Third set, I just expect more of the same. It's just been, and unless somebody goes off the rails, like and we see like somebody just like missing 7 or 8 shots that they've been making all the time, it's just going to be a nail biter down to the end again.
Yeah, and Enica and Niculescu have to be careful now not to have a letdown. They were so close, they could feel it. When Burus missed that serve at 5-4 in the tiebreaker to make it 5-all, they were so close, and now they have to start all over again. So that's always a hard thing if you're the person who, was so close to winning and then loses a set. And with Burus and Elliott, they have a whole new lease on life. So let's see what happens at the beginning of this set.
All right, Lynn Burus starts us off here in the 3rd set. And you're absolutely right. It's a great point, Lauren. Because, yeah, for Burus and Elliott, this is all great. We've been hanging. We're battling it uphill the whole way, and we were able to pull that one out. And, you could look at like 4 or 5 just different points, but when she faulted there, you actually got the feeling like, oh, okay, here's the moment. Gabby Niculescu's been just, murdering returns one after another. And, I made that banana joke or whatever, potassium, and then, she just missed it, right? And from there, it ended like unceremoniously right after that. So just an outstanding set by all the players.
Now we have Enica back in the backhand court.
30, love.
Yeah, that's unique. Switching it around, they're like set to set, let's just give it a whirl. I don't know that I noticed that's out. A little slippage again, but the court looks dry there. Some residual is there, so this is what you were talking about to a degree.
Yes,
it's only the first game, and it's just a hold from the other team, but that's 3 kind of looser balls from Enica Niculescu, and the danger is the letdown, and oofa.
Yeah.
You could just sort of feel the intensity drained out of them,
They lead the
and they
first
got to get it back.
set,
Right.
1 game to love.
You'd like to think of that as just, okay, that's a hiccup, let's go. But sometimes it's like you said, the energy level drops. They got to get their energy back up again. It's tough. You have that 2-minute break, and what they need to be spending that time on is, okay, that was a great, unfortunate. We're battlers here. Let's just come out and battle, not feel like, oh, we had that thing. What a bummer. And then all the energy is just sort of out of your system. And yeah, so far 5 points in a row here.
All.
So right after this match, as we just mentioned before, Nunez Powers against Frazier and West. That was wide, I believe. Yep. Confirmed. Called at the appropriate time frame and confirmed by the umpire. So yeah, a little move there from Niculescu. Big forehand there.
40.
Heavy dipper. And again, the presence of the blitzer just making such a difference today.
But also, I don't think we've seen Enica and Niculescu miss 2 volleys in a game. Like, they volleyed so well up till now.
Yeah, this is not the start they wanted here.
2 games to love.
And you feel like on a season, like Burus and Elliott are dialed in. Like playing together. They're still working through their stuff, and that is not the start they wanted here. They got to get some energy back up, get real positive, fast, forget about those first games, and start playing the points the way they want to now.
Love.
All right. It's quick. She's going off court here for some. She's cold, actually. She's got to put on the sweatshirt.
That's not a good sign either.
Yeah, you know, wait and see where the spark of life comes from. Maybe it's just going to take one good return. But she didn't miss, you know, she missed 2 of the last 3 balls. And, you know, they were on a roll where they were just cracking a high percentage of drives there. So taking a second here to put that on, get warmed up again. Smart moment. And now all of a sudden you see Elliott going to the overhand serve.
I was thinking she felt comfortable. She might go back to that.
All right, here we go. Wow.
40 love.
Yeah, the air is out of the balloon right now. Take a little bit of time on this changeover, or maybe they can start right now. There we go.
There we go.
40-15.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
40-30.
Sometimes that's all that takes to get you back on track. You need a little spark.
Yeah, just one little thing. Switch at the net. Oh, tough.
Game, Burus, Elliott. They lead the 3rd set, 3 games to love.
All right, a couple of signs of life there, at least.
Yeah.
And then, but it still just feels really flat. They need more spark, need some fire. And like you made a great point before, you know, you lose a set like that where you're kind of, you know, you did battle your way back, and it's just the way kind of all the energy goes out of the balloon there, and you just got to find a way to get it back right now.
Yeah, and you know, they showed signs there of getting it back, and they looked, you know, they're trying to get themselves pumped up, but you know, at a certain point it's too late, and you know, they're still able to pull this out, but they got to really dial in now and hope that Burus and Elliott give them a little something.
Yeah, I think Burus and Elliott are sort of dialed in what they're doing
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Meaning, like,
Yep.
you can even see, like, Elliott's no longer they're not smashing drives. They're trying to hit dippers with blitzes. It's all dips and blitzes. Any ball they can get low, and they're going to move up, right? And they've been smart about it. You know, they're not hitting bangers. And that is the move and the play. And the blitz has been good for both teams. But they're sort of locked into what they're trying to do here, and they're grinding out in between till they get that ball. That's a great shot there. Well spotted. That was good. And they're just
Love
just, you know, they got their, you can hear them, they're fired up. Look at Macy Elliott out there. She's bouncing around. You don't see it on your live stream now, but, you know, and they're just feeling it. Yeah, tough. Love 30.
30.
But regardless of how this third set works out, you know, from what you saw from Fairfield tonight, what a difference for Enica and Niculescu. And even from the first set, the second, you could feel them working out some issues, how they're working. And together at the team, they're switching at the net. They sort of have an idea of how they want to start to attack some of the overheads a little. They're going to still throw their haymakers out there. Great shot. And now she's sticking it. And hopefully they'll get a few more chances to play some of the upcoming tournaments, secure some points, and get them into more advantageous draws.
Yeah, and for sure that Elliott and Burus want them to get some more points and play some more tournaments because they don't want to have to play them in the quarters either.
Yeah, I mean, after the Boston Open, we got the Ridgewood Classic, the Birchwood Open, Short Hills, Steel City, Indianapolis, and then it's Nationals. So there's a good 5 tournaments. Both these, you know, both of them are working pros, running clubs, directors of clubs, and with families. So it may not be so simple. But if they can get a few on them, accrue some points at any tournament, and these tournaments that are coming up, Short Hills is another Grand Prix. We expect to see a draw that's like this there. You know, be one of the best draws of the year for sure. And certainly this one's up there. But all the others, they might have a good shot at, you know, being one of the top seeds there and pick up some points. Will it be enough to get on the top 4? Hard to say.
Oh.
Well, the Blitz has been a great play for all the teams. And also just the defense of it, the ability to volley so well. Do I think this is necessarily a bad play? No, I don't.
No.
It's a high risk, high reward play. And, you know, you're trusting in your partner's drive. You're going to make the move up there. And if you just get like even just more than 50%, you're on the winning end of it. And it's just a great volley. And there are certain teams you don't want to ever get an exchange in, like meaning like, but both these guys, all these players out here are outstanding volleyers, not good volleyers. They're outstanding volleyers.
Here comes, no.
30-40.
Just long. Yeah, they just need to get this one game. Just get this game on a bit. If they could fight back from here, what a weight. The difference between 4-love and 3-1, it's massive. And if they could find a way to just get this game however they can, what a difference in how it feels this set.
Yeah, and it'll give them something to get pumped up about and build on.
Yeah, and this set, the energy level, the whole thing about it is completely not representative of the match, which has just been a complete nail biter the entire way. You know, filled with outstanding play. All right.
Deuce.
And if they just get a little energy and a little sort of hope. All right.
All the way back to game point.
Enica.
There it is, Brad.
Enica, Niculescu. Burus and Elliott lead the third set, 3-1.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that was that was a huge game. You got to think that if they had gotten up 4-love, then it was going to be all Burus and Elliott, and a quick end to this match. But Enica and Niculescu were hanging in there.
All right, let's see if this is the spark that these guys needed. So they're going in here.
Love 15. Love 30.
Ooh.
It stayed in, huh?
15-30.
Yeah, just snuck on the back of that line. Tough little get.
Not that one.
Yeah, some
15-40.
It's like he's kind of pushing through it instead of sort of the paddle head kind of up and over that ball. She's just not quite in sync with it. And she's got one of the best serves on the tour in the sense that it comes off hot and heavy. There we go. She added a little more spin on that, and that volley's out.
Game, Enica, Niculescu.
All of a
Burus and
sudden,
Elliott lead the third set.
This match has a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah. And I can't say it was done with like shot making or anything. It's just been, you know, kind of an extreme sense of like how they're, you know, one place they're fighting it out, and in the first set when they were down, Burus and Elliott go in and they're just like, we're going to dig out some points. Then they keep that mentality into the second set. They volley outstanding. They come through in the end. Huge moments in there with some incredible volleying and blitzing. Third set completely flat.
This should be a very interesting game.
Yeah, and then you saw in that one there, you know, they're still trying to find exactly, oh, there's the big one. That's going to get hit. Nice. But that's long. She jabbed at that one a little.
Love 15.
And that's the drive she wants to take, that ball that's above the net where she can get down on it a little bit, add some more pace to it.
I think actually in the last few games, Burus and Elliott
30.
relaxed a little, being up 3-love, and hit a few more drives, and it didn't help them. It actually hurt them because they missed.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
I expect now they'll tighten things back up.
See, that's the ball right there that's been doing the damage. That roller heavy, not as much the hard one, because she's dipping it down, and that forces them to volley up a little more. It allows for the blitz chance. Oh, no deal. That's just great fortune there and great volleying. Well done.
30.
That was a good point there. Just bad luck at the end.
All.
Oh, got her that time.
30, 40.
Oh, what a spot.
Game, Burus and Elliott. They lead the third set.
Big forehands there from Burus.
2.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful ball. She dips right off to the side. All right, and it's 4-2 now. That was interesting. A couple of great points there at 30 all to close that game out. It would have been very interesting if it got to 3-3. Picking her spots. It's where she wanted to hit it. Just
Love
a little too
15.
up. Didn't quite get the dip on it she wanted. It's a good busy day out here. And one of these teams is coming back for the semifinals right after at around 5 o'clock.
15 all.
I get the feeling we might be running a little later than that, though, because it's
Seems that
3:30
way
now, and we got the men's quarters coming on after this, so likely we're in here for the long haul till late tonight. Great move, flick drive. Oh. Nick. That's too
Got
good.
it. Mm-hmm.
30-15.
Oh, goodness, the
Ooh.
blitz play. And it's right there for him. But when she stabs at that
40-50.
volley, I think it puts a tiny bit of spin on it. I think the ball
Spin.
just
It
moves
must
slightly
have-
to the right. Yeah. And Niculescu, who's seemingly right there, cannot come up with it. 40-15 now. Good fortune there on a great stab volley. You know, interestingly enough, like in terms of them returning on one side or another, for you, do you have a preference one way or the other, Lauren?
I like it better this way.
I think the returns are about the same. I don't know.
Just in general, yes. I think the returns are about the same, but I think that this is a better look for them.
In the backcourt, they can always switch. I don't know, it's interesting to me. I felt like, just watching this here now, the blitz play when you had Niculescu coming in from that side,
Yeah.
she's got more reach with her forehand volley, like coming in from the ad court. And that's a good hold there, 5-2 now.
Game,
They were up
Burus,
3-love
Elliott.
on a flat start.
They lead the third set 5-2.
Yeah, that's the problem with spotting the #1 team in the country 3 games at the beginning of the set. You can fight back, but you're always in a hole.
All right, volley. And if you're looking to lower your PTI, the secret is out. Early adopters are already leveling up with Volley's AI-powered trainers, and they're leaving the competition behind. Don't get left in the dust. Download Volley now at www.getvolley.com or search Volley Racket in your app store. And yeah, you spot them those 3 games, then it looks like it's getting even, and I thought it was actually. And they managed to pull out that game to a 4-2 there, and just a little battle here and there. Just a couple little misses there. No, but I like the blitz play I was getting to before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think out of the other corner, I don't think it matters with the return. It's really just for these guys. If they hadn't come out so flat in that third and you made the best point possible, that's the danger of going after a set like that. The letdown of having the possibility of closing out the match. Whereas for the other team, it's only positive, right? You know, we just powered through. We fought our way through a tiebreaker. We faltered at 5-4, but we still found a way to win the match, you know, win that set. And the other team feels like they let one away, and then it's just a loose start, and it takes them a good bit of time to get themselves even righted in this match.
Back to their positioning. I like in this match, I thought that Enica was doing such a good job of hitting that, looking for the forehand out of the backhand side, and she does such a good job hitting that inside out forehand. And I thought that was a really big thing in the first set, but they're moving it around because they obviously have reasons.
Well, more than anything else, you know, they were able to do real damage in that first set with the roller, with the attacking overheads. They kept them off balance. They made them start to grind. And 90% of that has come to a screeching halt. You know, so those points are no longer available right now to Enica Niculescu. And they haven't been able to find a way to replace any of that. And on top of that, they just started missing a couple of the drives that they were on fire with. And that's where we're here at this point, but I think it's just the way they started doing that stuff in the second set where they were just going to battle back, play tough defense. And you mentioned before that they're finding a way to blitz more and they start using it more. It turned it around, gave them a chance to win it, and they did. Still could have gone the other way, but it's a good blitz move.
There it is.
Oh.
15 love. Love.
This is what Enica and Niculescu have to do, right? They have to make Burus and Elliott win it.
Absolutely.
40 love.
And they're not exactly not immune to throwing some things in here. They're not.
Yeah.
You know, they're still working their way through this match. You know, it's not like everything they're hitting is just coming up gold. And they've done just a great job competing.
40-15.
That's a great spot there. I tell you, when they hit those three-quarter roller drives, that's been the best weapon they have. That with the blitz pressure, that has been the #1 weapon they've had on the day. Like the dipping rolling drive with blitz pressure behind.
Got her.
Game. Enica, Niculescu, Burus and Elliott lead the third set, 5-3.
Well, obviously they're all must-win games at this point here, you know, for Niculescu and Enica. And as they come in here, you know, it's just a different feel this set. It's more like who can find their way to the finish line.
Love.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
You know, the second set was just this battle, like back and forth, blitz, volley, attack. Here, oh, good controlled backhand there. Heavy rollers. Oh, gets her to play the drive low. That's a tough shot to execute. Great play there from Macy Elliott, taking out the big roller. And Niculescu fell for the bait on that one. That was a tough shot to execute. A really, really good roller. Oh my God, what a get! Those are incredible overheads. No, she misses it wide.
40 love.
Took a couple of haymakers, and what a terrific athletic get from Burus, who saves that point. Now it's triple match point for Burus and Elliott. They've been pushed to the limit today by Niculescu and Enica. All right.
40-15.
She had one to play with there. Went for the hard one at the crease. Now she's got to face the return of Niculescu, who has been treating many, many returns with
40-30.
and many serves coming in with complete disrespect.
And remember, Burus has been fighting herself with her serve. She's done a great job this game up till now, but it's not easy to serve this out.
Is not. Just called out.
Ball was out.
Yeah. All right. Elliott saying it's on the line. There's some tension out there for sure, just because of how hard fought this match has been. All right, so deuce called out. That's such great pace. Spin just directs it right into the body.
Advantage,
so hard to
Enica.
soften that up.
This match may have one more twist and turn, Brad.
You know, it's been here. How this set went, wasn't sure, and it's really just been, we're along for the ride, and it's been a heck of a ride. So Nick, nope. That's a good waterfall. She's there. It's getting hit. Oh! Too much pace, not enough spin. Deuce.
Deuce.
Oh! It looked like she was going to push up a lob, and then she's kind of fading away, and she shoves a low forehand. And Elliott was backing away because she wasn't expecting that. What a heck of a shot there. All right. Break point. Blitz. And it works. And not even that aggressive a return, but just the pressure alone.
Niculescu, Burus and Elliott,
And we are not done yet.
We are not, Lauren. I have no idea how this is going to work itself out.
No.
This is amazing. You know, it's a 3-love, and it feels like it's dead in the water, and it's just a tick from being 4-love for Burus and Elliott. And we both feel at that moment, if it's 4-love, it's really, you know, it's just a massive difference. And it goes from 3-1 to 3-2, and then right away to 5-2. And just hard to close out a match. We've seen it time and time again.
And I think we both felt at 3-love it was still salvageable, but you know, and that has turned out to be the case. So one more chance for Burus and Elliott to close this out.
They've done a really good job, Burus and Elliott, in the moments when they've had to bear down. They've done so. And what they've done is gone to a play where they're using more of a rolling dipping drive with a blitz follow instead of the big drive, and tightening up their defense and saying defense until we can get that moment, and then the dipping drive with a blitz. All right, 5-4 or 4 serving 5. Oh boy. Cut overhead with
love 15.
Not a lot of footwork. The ball got on her quick. Right in the crease. Beautiful done. And Burus called for help, but it was late in coming there. And I think at a moment when Burus turned around, she thought she might go for it. So terrific overhead there right at the crease from Enica. There's so many great lessons. There's the dipper. Oh, that's trouble. She still has to pop it up to her, and she goes aggressive
Yeah, she
at
couldn't
her.
get it away. She couldn't get it away, even with the left cord.
So right on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a good job with it. And it's not like they're crushing it at her. She's done a, it's been a useful serve. Gets her scrambling. She could have let that
30
wind
all.
around, and she could have turned with it and played it off with the backhand there. She's moving fast and can't come up with that get. Great overhead. There's the dip and blitz. Really good volleying there from Enica and Niculescu. Just to touch that volley away from Burus on the first one.
Yeah.
Incredible skill. Oh!
Older.
Yeah, just again, the off-pace dipping
40.
drive has been the #1 weapon. All right, match point here for Burus and Elliott. Oh, that's going to lay up. Oh, lobs it. I expected to see the big drive there. At this point, probably play it pretty conservative until they get the exact one they want. It's been a great match, Lauren.
It's had a little bit of everything.
Oh, what a lob. Screen drive.
And there it is.
Oh,
Game.
what a match. Just
Burus and Elliott.
well dug out
They
there
win
by
the
our
third set,
#1
6
seeds,
games
Burus and
to
Elliott.
4.
And
They win the match, 2
Niculescu, just
games, 2 sets to 1.
kudos to them, raising their level from the Fairfield Open.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yep.
they can play more tournaments and get into a top 4 seed for nationals. Just a great team.
Great showing by the #1 team in the country and great effort by Niculescu and Enica. The game is better with them in it.
That
And that's
is
a
for
wrap,
certain.
Brad. That 3 hours later, that's a wrap from this quarterfinal match. And we'll be back now, I think, with what's the men's quarter that's going to go on here?
We have Nunez and Powers against Fraser West, so another heavyweight battle there.
Wow.
Our second seeds, and then actually, I guess you'd have to say an unseeded team of Fraser and West, which is one of the best teams in the country.
3.5
So
hours.
should be fireworks there as well. And we'll see everybody in a minute.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Lisa Rudloff, and this is the Huntington Country Club Chalet. As you walk into the right is the Pro Shop, where we have all of our paddles, balls, merchandise, anything that you would need, and we did not have this in our last chalet. And then as you walk in, one of the features that we were really adamant about is having a beams that we had like in our old chalet. And as you walk up here, people can start a fire. We have an ice machine. We have obviously our coffee station, anything that you would need. We have another bathroom here on the back end near the tennis courts. And as you walk to the back, we have our back patio with our 2 French doors. And here we are on the back deck with our comfortable furniture, our fire pit, our umbrella, if anybody's out here during the day. And this leads us to our bird's eye view of all of the 5 paddle courts that we have here at the facility. The deck is one of the best features of the club. When we have any events or any APTA tournaments, this is where you'll find all of the players and the spectators hanging out and watching whatever court they like.
Hi, I'm Beth DeTola, and I play paddle here at the Huntington Country Club. The old paddle hut looked like a Swiss chalet with an A-frame, an old stove in the middle. It was very charming. This was a beam that they salvaged from the old hut, and they took the beam down and everybody signed their names, and here's my name.
My name is Andy Stabe, and I was the paddle chairman. It's more than a hut. I mean, it's really kind of a communal space. It can accommodate probably 2 or 3 times the amount of guests and players and people. We can host more events, and it's aged nicely over the past few years.
Hello, my name is Glenn Kreutz. I've been the golf course superintendent up here at Huntington Country Club. Great use here. It's like between the hard true courts and the paddle courts down below, and now pickleball being played down below. It's very busy.
Having this hut just gives the members a perfect place to hang out, play, watch, and enjoy the club. My name is Lisa Rudloff. We're at the Huntington Country Club, and this is the APTA Hut of the Month.
Hi, my name is Damian Johnston, and I'm the president of the APTA Board of Directors. New this year, I'm really humbled and excited to be part of this organization and awed by the responsibility to help grow this game that we all love so much. There's a couple of things that I'm really excited about going on at the APTA. First of all, I'm really excited about our deployment of our new PTI algorithm. It corrects some of the things that people didn't like about the old one and improves the accuracy for everyone. And what I really like about this system is, although it stresses a lot of people out, it's really great for us creating great events like PTI National Championships, and really one of the highlights of the season for me are PTI Team Nationals, which is a lot of fun for everyone. Another thing that I'm really excited about that enhances our tournament events is Court Director. It's a real-time, live updating scoring system used by our umpires and integrated in for everyone to look at on their mobile apps live while a match is occurring. No more having to ask everyone around you, what's the score? You can look it up yourself on the phone. Another thing I'm really excited about is the expansion of the APTA Tour. This year, it looks like we're going to have live stream matches and tour events across the country every weekend of the season. And that's really exciting to see all the enthusiasm in bringing this great game to communities across the country. To stay up to date with all things paddle, check us out at platformtennis.org.